हेलो माय डियर फ्रेंड्स, कैसे हैं आप लोग। उम्मीद करती हूँ आप सब अच्छे होंगे। चैप्टर नंबर 46, द विजिटर, फ्रॉम द बुक थीफ, रिटन बाय मार्कस यूजैक। A new ball had been found for Himmel Street football. That was the good news. The somewhat unsettling news was that a division of the Nazi party was heading towards them. They did progress all the way through Molchik, street by street, house by house, and now they stood at a fraud dealer's shop, having a quick smoke before they continued with their business. There was already a smattering of air raid shelters in Molching, but it was decided soon after the bombing of Cologne that a few more certainly wouldn't hurt. The NSDAP was inspecting each and every house in order to see if its basement was a good enough candidate. From afar, the children watched. They could see the smoke rising out of the pack. Liesel had only just come out, and she did walked over to Riri and Tommy. Harold Mollenhauer was retrieving the ball. What's going on up there? Rudy put his hands on his pockets. The party he inspected. His friends progress with the ball in Frau Holt's Zapfel's front hedge. They are checking all the houses and apartment blocks. Instant dryness seized an interior of Liegel's mouth. For what? Don't you know anything? Tell her, Mommy. Mommy was perplexed. Well, I don't know. You are hopeless. The pair of you. They need more air raid shelters. What basements? No attacks, no attices, no attice. Of course, basements. Jesus, Liesel, you are really thick, aren't you? The ball was back, Rudy. He played on to it, and Liesel was still standing. How could she get back inside without looking too suspicious? The smoke up at fraud dealers was disappearing, and the small crowd of men was starting to disperse. Panic generated in that awful way throat and mouth. Air becomes sand. Thick, she thought. Come on, Liesel, think. Rudy scored. Far away voices congratulated him. Think, Liesel. She had it. That's it, she decided. But I have to make it real. As the Nazi progressed down the street, painting the letters LSR on some of the doors, the ball was passed through the air to one of the bigger kids, Klaus Behring. Luftschutzgramm, a raid shelter, LSR. The boy turned with the boy just as Liesel arrived, and they collided with such force that the game stopped automatically. As the ball rolled off, players ran in. Liesel held her gazed knee with one hand and her head with the other. Klaus Behring only held his right shin, grimacing and cursing. Where is she? She spat. I am going to kill her. There will be no killing. It was worse. A kindly party member had seen the incident and jogged dutifully down to the group. What happened here? He asked. Well, she is a maniac. Klaus pointed at Liesel, prompting the man to help her up. His tobacco breath formed a smoky sandhill in front of her face. I don't think you are in any state to keep playing, my girl, he said. Where do you live? I am fine, she answered. Really, I can make it myself. Just get off me, get off me. That was when Rudy stepped in, the eternal stepper in her. Why couldn't he just mind his own business for a change? Really? Liesel said. Just keep playing, Rudy. I don't think you are in any state to keep playing, my girl, he said. Where do you live? I am fine, she answered. Really, I can make it myself. Just get off me, get off me. That was when Rudy stepped into the eternal stepper in her. Why couldn't he just mind his own business for a change? Really? Liesel said, just keep playing, Rudy. I can make it. No, he wouldn't be shifted. The stubbornness of him. It will only take a minute or two. Again she had to think, and again she was able. With Rudy holding her up, she made herself drop once more to the ground on her back. My papa, she said. The sky, she noticed, was utterly blue. Not even the suggestion of a cloud. Could you get him, Rudy? Stay there. So, to do this right, he called out, Tommy, watch her, will you? Don't let her move. Tommy snapped into action. I will watch her, Rudy. He stood above her, twitching and trying not to smile, as Liesel kept an eye on the party men. A minute later, Hans Huberman was standing calmly above her. Hey, Papa, a disappointed smile mingled with his lips. I was wondering when this would happen. He picked up her up and helped her home. The game went on, and the Nazi was already at the door of her lodging a few doors up. No one answered. Rudy was calling out again, Do you help her? Her Huberman. No, no, you keep playing. Her Stina, you had to love Liegel's papa. Once inside, Liesel gave him the information. She attempted to find a middle ground between silence and despair. Papa, don't talk. The party, she whispered. Papa stopped. She fought off the urge to open the door and look up the street. They are checking basements to make shelters. He sat her down. Smart girl, he said, then called for Rosa. They had a minute to come up with a plan, a she morsel of thoughts. We will just put him in Leisure's room, was Mama's suggestion, under the bed. That's it. What if they decide to search our rooms as well? Do you have a better plan? Correction, they did not have a minute. A 7 punch knock was hammered into the door of 33 Hemel Street, and it was too late to move anyone anywhere. The voice opened up. Here, their heartbeats fought each other, a mess of rhythm. Liesel tried to eat hers down. The taste of hurt was not too cheerful, Rosa whispered. Jesus Mary. This time it was Papa who rose to the occasion. He rushed to the basement door and threw a warning down the steps. When he returned, he spoke fast and fluent. Look, there is no time for tricks. We could distract him 100 different ways, but there is only one solution. He eyed the door and summed up nothing. That was not the answer Rosa wanted. Her eyes widened. Nothing? Are you crazy? The knocking resumed. Papa was strict. Nothing. We don't even go down there. Not a care in the world. Everyone slowed. Rosa accepted it, clenched with distress. She shook her head and proceeded to answer the door. Liesel, Papa's voice sliced her up. Just stay calm, persisted. Yes, Papa. She tried to concentrate on her bleeding leg. Aha! At the door, Rosa was still asking the meaning of this interruption when the kindly party man noticed Liesel. The maniacal footballer, he grinned. How's the knee? You don't usually imagine the Nazis being too chirpy, but this man certainly was. He came in and made as if to crouch and view the injury. Does he know? Liesel thought, can he smell we are hiding a Jew? Papa came from the sink with a wet cloth and soaked it onto Liesel's knee. Does it sting? His silver eyes were caring and calm. The scare in them could easily be mistaken as concern for the injury. Rosa called across the kitchen. It can't sting enough. Maybe it will teach her a lesson. The party man stood and laughed. I don't think this girl is learning any lessons out there, Frau. Huberman the cardboard contorted. Frau Huberman, I think she teaches lessons. He handed Liesel a smile. To all those boys, am I right, young girl? Papa shoved the cloth into the graze and Liesel winced rather than answered. It was Hans who spoke, quite sorry to the girl. There was the discomfort of silence then, and the party man remembered his purpose. If you don't mind, he explained, I need to inspect your basement just for a minute or two to see if it's suitable for a shelter. Papa gave Liesel's knee a final dab. You will have a nice bruise there too, Liesel casually acknowledged. The man above them certainly first door on the right. Please excuse the mess. I wouldn't worry. It can't be worse than some of the others I have seen today. This one, that's it. The longest 3 minutes in Huberman history. Papa sat at the table. Rosa prayed in the corner, mouthing the words. Liesel was cooked. Her knee, her chest, the muscles in her arms. I doubt any of them had the audacity to consider what they had do if the basement was appointed as a shelter. They had to survive the inspection first. They listened to Nazi footsteps in the basement. There was the sound of measuring tape. Legion could not ward off the thought of Max sitting beneath the steps, huddled around his sketchbook, hugging it to the chest. Papa stood another idea. He walked to the hall and called out, "Everything good down there?" The answer ascended the steps on top of Max Vanderberg. "Another minute perhaps. Would you like some coffee, some tea?" "No, thank you." When Papa returned, he ordered Liesel to fetch a book and for Rosa to start cooking. He decided the last thing they should do was sit around looking worried. "Well, come on," he said loudly. "Move it." Liesel, Liesel, I don't care if your knee hurts. You have to finish that book, like you said. Liesel tried not to break. "Yes, Papa. Well, what are you waiting for?" It took great effect to wink at her, she could tell. In the corridor, she nearly collided with the party man. "In trouble with your papa? Aha, never mind. I am the same with my own children." They walked their separate ways, and when Liesel made it to her room, she closed the door and fell to the knees. Despite the added pain, she listened first to the judgment that the basement was too shallow, then the goodbyes, one of which was sent down the corridor. Goodbye, maniacal football. She remembered herself. Off wider Sehen. Goodbye. The dream carrier simmered in her hands. According to Papa, Rosa melted next to the stove the moment the party man was gone. They collected Liesel and they made their way to the basement, removing the well-placed dust sheets and paint tins. Max Vanderberg sat beneath the steps, holding his rusty scissors like a knife. His armpits were soggy, and the words fell like injuries from his mouth. "I wouldn't have used them," he quietly said. "I am." He held the rusty arms flat against his forehead. "I am so sorry I put you through that." Papa lit a cigarette. Rosa took the scissors. "You are alive," she said. We all are. It was too late now for apologies." यहाँ पे होता है हमारा चैप्टर नंबर 46 फिनिश, द विजिटर फ्रॉम द बुक थीफ, रिटन बाय मार्कस यूजैक। आज वीडियो में बहुत डिस्टर्बेंस था, सॉरी फॉर दैट। कहीं कार्स की आवाज़, कहीं इसकी आवाज़, सॉरी। एंड थैंक यू वेरी मच फॉर लिसनिंग माय वीडियो। और मेरे चैनल को लाइक, शेयर और सब्सक्राइब ज़रूर से करिएगा। नेक्स्ट चैप्टर में मिलेंगे हम, चैप्टर नंबर 47, दस का मंजिला। Bye for now, friends, and thank you. Bye for now.